Hello, everybody. It's Jenny here coming to you with an update on my diet journey. You have to excuse me. I just took a gulp of tea and it went down before I started swallowing it. So I just went through a terrible coughing jag. My eyes are all watery. My nose is all red. I might sound funny, but I'm going to try to push through and do this. I have a student not showing up yet, and it is Chinese New Year this week. So the kids are off of school and they have all kinds of crazy schedules. So a lot of parents have forgotten when they book their classes. I hope you can be hearing me okay, even on this crazy coughing jag that I'm having. Okay. My goodness. I don't think I've ever much before. What made it go down before I swallowed? I don't know. All right, let's do numbers first. Get it out of the way because it's not so pleasurable. It was a 0.1 weight gain this morning. Freaking out? No. And I was curious what it was actually going to say because I ate the exact same thing I ate yesterday. I had a decent amount of bacon in a salad. And you know what? I enjoyed it. And if bacon sits around too long, it gets funky. You can't eat cooked bacon too many days afterwards or it starts to, I don't know what it is. My husband thinks it's the fat reserves that might still be on it that start to go bad. But nevertheless, we have no bread in the house, so this might motivate me to actually get out and do some shopping today. I kind of have some other errands to run anyway. It's just we had a ton of snow come down yesterday, so I was hoping not to drive today and just do things around the house and work on my other businesses and things, but I might get out, and if I do, I'll get some bread. And we don't have enough eggs either to do a casserole. So if I do that, then I'll use up a lot more of the bacon, and I won't keep having bacon salads every day. So there you go. 0.1 weight gain. There was no bowel movement. I did have the smooth move tea. Having it again this morning. It just about killed me. Usually it's the second or the third day of taking the tea that it usually kicks into gear for me. I really thought it was going to happen yesterday. You know how sometimes you get that sense, oh, I think I'm going to, no, feeling past. So I'm not constipated. I'm not uncomfortable. I'm just not going. But every now and then I get the sense of, oh, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom. No, sensation passed. We talked about this before, though. I'm not one of those people who sits down on the toilet for 10 minutes and waits for things to happen and all that. When all of my bowel movements are exactly like any other bodily function. I go in, sit down, go, get out. That's all there is to it. I don't do the sit and wait like everyone does. I have a magazine and all that. Never did understand it. To me, it's the same as any other function. You just get down, go, get up, leave. So, yeah. So that hasn't happened yet, although I really sense it's going to be today. I will be very surprised if I come to you tomorrow. So I expect a loss. I'll be having another bacon salad again today. But hopefully with a bowel movement, it'll show a loss on the scale and I'll be back on track. If I do go out and get the eggs and bread that I need, I will get apples too. I'll just do an apple day, just, for you. Even if I've lost weight right before it, even though you're really supposed to only do it as part of a stall. I'm sorry if I'm scratching my throat. I think I'm going to be feeling the effects of that liquid going down into my lungs longer than I want to. Hope I don't get pneumonia. Okay, today I'm briefly going to talk about immunity to hCG. This is a part of the protocol that I thought was interesting and I wanted to share it with you. Now, most people do this diet for 21 days on P2. We talked about how the diet is really 26-day diet, but when we talk about strictly P2, it's 21. And if you are on the diet for 21 days, according to Dr. Simians, you will not develop an immunity to the hCG hormone. However, there are many people who stay on this diet for 40 days, which is another option that he has. Okay, so he's really talking about those 40 days. And in his protocol, he talks about injections. I'm going to read it to you, but we can translate it to, maybe I won't read it to you straight out. I'll paraphrase for you. Okay. So he basically says that he noticed in his research that patients who had 40 injections of hCG near the end, a few of them, not a majority by any imagination, that some people were developing an immunity towards the hormone at the very end. Okay. Um, After 40 daily injections, it takes about 6 weeks before this so-called immunity is lost and hCG becomes fully effective. So, if you find your body immune to it, but you wanted to continue on the diet, you must wait at least 6 weeks to get it completely out of your system, to reset everything in your body so that when you start taking the hCG again, it is going to be effective and you won't have an immunity anymore. All right. All right. He said some patients after 40 injections develop a sense of hunger, which was previously absent. All right. He said in these cases, some of them after the 35th injection, they noticed were starting to look weary, feel drawn, feel weak, feel hungry. And the weight loss didn't happen anymore. This is a case for ceasing the hormone. All right. He said that not only is these not desirable, you shouldn't be feeling like this at all on the diet. So, one, there's that. Two, there's the fact you're not losing anymore. But three, he said in these situations, he believes that what your body is doing is going to its normal fat stores, which normally hCG hormone would never do, is go to your normal fat stores. It just goes to the abnormal fat store. So it's going to the normal fat stores. In his protocol, he says these patients, the majority of these patients, are those that really just don't need to lose any more weight. So it's not something I'm probably going to experience. But nevertheless, just to put it out there, this is something that can happen, and this is what's happening in that situation. All right. So, if the person continues on the diet and the body starts going to the normal fat stores and they find themselves continuing to lose weight, he said the minute they go off the diet and they start eating normally, those normal fat stores are going to go right back on. So that is going to go right back again because that is not healthy and your body doesn't want to not have those normal fat stores. They need them for the functioning of all of your organs. Okay. He said patients who need 23 injections or 23 days on the diet, which is 2 days of loading and the diet, they should take the hormone every single day, 7 days a week, and they should never develop an immunity towards it. All right. Now, he said in those who go the 6 weeks, who do the 40 days of hCG, you can delay the onset of this immunity if you take the hormone only 6 days of the week. So he said, leave Sundays out, or you can pick any day of the week that you want, but make it consistent from week to week. All right. He did say that sometimes people on these days who miss that dose will experience a slight bit of hunger before going back onto it again. He thought that it was psychological, but they did additional studies where injections of just saline were given to patients on that day, so they didn't know they weren't getting the hormone, and they too were hungry. So he said you might be a little bit hungry on that day you're not taking the hCG hormone, but it is something to be proactive to prevent yourself from getting to the point of developing a immunity to the hCG hormone. Sorry. My choking, dying gig here has apparently went to my brain too, and I can't think either. All right. So anyway, I just wanted to share that information with you so that you're aware of the situation in terms of adjusting your CCs and your injections or the amount of drops you take. And if you do intend to continue this for longer than 3 weeks, that you then should be skipping 1 day a week. I personally, he doesn't really, he kind of makes it sound like if you're planning on doing it for 40 days, always skip 1 day. But I think because 21 days goes fine, I would do it after the first 3 weeks, then start skipping a day in the week. Um, I did this when I went on 6 weeks once. I did not find myself hungry on the day I didn't take the drops when I was that far into it and taking it. But everyone is different. I've heard from other people who felt the exact same thing, that they skipped the dose for a day and they were fine with it, and they weren't hungry and they could just start it back up again the day after they skipped it. Now you still stay on the 500 calorie diet, of course, while you're there, but yeah, you just leave that hormone out. I do not believe I have an immunity. That is not why my numbers are going up. My numbers are going up because I had a bacon salad. And because I have not had a bowel movement in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 days. It's time. It's time, folks. It's time for smooth move to get moving and make things happen. All right, so I'm not sweating it. I should be, because I'm still 10 pounds away where I wanted to be, and now it's only like 2 weeks away, so it's an impossibility. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to stick with the plan. If I were doing this completely on my own, I would be struggling. If I didn't have the hCG hormone, I would be hungry, eating this amount of calories. And if I tried to just kind of do my own diet, I probably would slowly be creeping up 0.1 every day until all of a sudden I was another 10 pounds up and wondering what the heck happened. So I'm going to stay the course and do this for another 2 weeks. I think I really have 1 week on the protocol, but I'm going to do 2 more weeks. I'm going to make it a 5-week diet, because then that takes me right up to a retreat where I don't believe I'm going to be able to stay on the diet for. So, and then I may wait a month and then put it back into gear again, because I really want to feel more mobile and more active, and more comfortable in my summer clothes when over spring break I take my son to San Antonio. All right, so that's all for today. Immunity and hCG, everything you needed to know. You take care. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to go wrap this up and get ready for my next class. Bye.